dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye up. Bye up. In a menudo style in a direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit the like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support. We're going up on this channel. It's all because of you. For that, I can say I'm very, very, very humbled, man. Very graciously humbled and appreciative, man. So gracias. So trip out on this, right? Wes Watson, he got a new man purse partner. Yeah, this is his man purse partner, Big Boy. Okay, now Big Boy. Let's clear the notions right now. He ain't Mexican, right? Does it matter? No. Does it matter that he's a white man that hangs around with a lot of Mexicans? No. Does it matter that he's hanging around with Wes Watson? No. Is it going to change the whole complexity of his career? Yes. Right? Because right now, five-finger whack Wes Watson is on the decline. Hey, motherfuckers are tearing him a whole new asshole, which he might like at the end of the day because you already know he deals with one on the daily. According to him, nothing's being put out there about him that he hasn't said about himself, but he definitely is on the decline. That's just what Wes Watson is doing. And it's not because people don't want to follow him or don't understand him. Well, we understand quite well. It's because now people really understand what's going on with Wes. Now, I would seem like a hater if I sat here and just went in on Wes because Wes makes more money than me. I would sound like a hater if I went in on Wes because he's uglier than me. But at the end of the day, I'll say this about Wes Watson. He's a shrewd, rude character. He definitely put the pieces of the puzzle together. He utilized prison content and prison platform to fucking bubble and bursted everyone's bubble when they realized, well, he wasn't everything that they thought he was. He's just a big old boy with a motherfucking paint job and a man purse and some tight pants and P. Diddy's phone number. Go figure, right? Now trip out. So Big Boy has been hanging around with Wes Watson lately. And believe me, he don't like Wes Watson. Nobody does. It's hard to be friends with a narcissist, an asshole. It's hard to be friends with an asshole that plays with his asshole, right? It's just, I don't understand how anyone could do that. But I guess there are people that gravitate towards each other and they just like to play with each other's culo. This is one of them situations where it seems this is money motivated. Maybe, just maybe, Big Boy says, you know what? Hey, I'm going to sell my soul. I'm going to sell out for the money. And there's no one doing it bigger and better than Wes Watson. And he's absolutely correct. Wes Watson has a whole bunch of people that are confused, following his workout regimen, trying to be just like him. Well, let me tell you, if you look at the title right there, there's only two ways to be like him. You got to wear a man purse. You got to use trend. You do that, boom, there you go. You're in. Okay? But he's going to manipulate you, antagonize you, talk shit to you, call you an asshole, call you a piece of shit. All these different descriptive words that he uses for you. Not for himself, but for you. When really strike that, reverse it. It's all on him. He's an egotistical maniac. Got a big ego, right? And I think Jake Johns, a.k.a. Big Boy, falls right into his lap. Or vice versa, it doesn't matter. Whoever's bigger that day, right? Because they fluctuate in size. You know, and he has decided, Big Boy, to join forces with Wes Watson to ski down that hill, that decline. Are they making money together? I'm sure they are, or Jake Johns would not at no point in time hang around a guy like Wes Watson. But at the same time, sometimes people band together out of necessity. Sometimes people band together for the monetary gain, and sometimes people band together because they're just both pieces of shit, right? Now, I'll say this about Jake Johns. You know, there's been a lot of people that he's dealt with in the past that got a lot to say about him. But I'm about to expose a little something, man, that I don't want to say it got put on my lap because I don't do what they do. But it got put on my plate and I ate it up, man. And I did my research and I looked into it. And man, there's been some real tricky situation when it comes to Big Boy, right? Now, Big Boy from the Strength Cartel, man, is self-made. I've given him his respect in the past, so I'm not a hypocrite, man. I got to respect him and Wes Watson for at least establishing something, making it, and it works. Okay, not a lot of people in the world can do that. There's a lot of people that try to establish something, to try to make some money out of something, try to pull some teeth out of something, and just don't know how to do it. These guys definitely figured it out. They got the recipe. But at the same time, in doing this, they have burnt a lot of bridges with a lot of well-known people and a lot of people that they should have respected, because the lack of respect shows. So anyways, here's something about Big Boy not a lot of people know. He's been going at it in the bodybuilding community with pretty much everybody for a long time. Now, if you have a falling out with a friend, say that's part of your group or you're part of their group, shit happens, right? The second time, shit happens. The third time, shit happens. But after a while, it starts to become just like when the fingers were being pointed at me, like, what the fuck is going on here? Who is the catalyst of this? Why do people keep talking shit and not like you? Right? There has to be a reason. Usually, in my case, it's jealousy, envy. Oh man, success breeds envy like a motherfucker. There's a lot of people that would become envious of you because they hate you because they ain't you, right? They want what you have when really you don't have much, but they think you have a lot. You know, when it comes to the leader of Strength Cartel, Jake Johns, aka Big Boy, he definitely established his bodybuilding company. He's now establishing, with the help of Wes Watson, his self-help or self-promotion or whatever it is, man. He's a coach, a life coach, a workout coach, a fucking reach-around coach. Whatever he is, with the help of Wes Watson, he's allegedly blowing up. Okay? I don't see how Wes Watson does that for people when allegedly Wes Watson blew up by the help of some other man. I don't know what they're into, right? But I know that the same thing that'll make you laugh will make you cry. So anyways, Big Boy's had problems and issues with all his friends for the longest time. I seen Dub's video yesterday. That's what inspired me to do this video. I also seen Bubba's video. That's what inspired me to do this video. I'll say this. I wanted to put my 2 cents in because I'm not a bully. But fuck you, Joey Stacks. I'm going to do me, right? Because we all seen that notorious video. I did a video on it probably one of the... If you haven't watched this, the funniest video I've ever done when fucking I did the video on Jake Johns, Big Boy, and Joey Stacks getting into it at the hotel when the old white man told him, why don't you both get the fuck out of here, you stupid asses, right? That was a good one. Anyways, you got to trip out on it. Go to my archives. Find it. It's hilarious. Believe me. I point you in the right directions. But even before Big Boy's confrontation with Joey Stacks, he had confrontations with guys like Wicked from the Strength Cartel, who obviously they didn't see eye to eye when Wicked passed, because there was a lot of people in the family and a lot of friends that said Strength Cartel did not show too much unity when Wicked passed. Meaning they might have showed up for the funeral and dropped the flower, but there was a lot more they could have done, a lot more solidarity that could be shown for as much work and as much fame and as much just integrity and respect Wicked brought to the Strength Cartel. So that's one notch on his belt, man, that he might want to take off. I'm speaking on Big Boy. Because that didn't end too well. You know, I think that's just the narcissist way of Big Boy, just like Wes Watson, where he has to be the leader of everything, the face of everything. And anytime someone in his group is starting to shine, he cuts them loose, or there's some type of friction or animosity between the two. That's just what that man does. He is the diva. He wants all the shine. And it is what it is. When it's your company, I guess you could do that. Okay? You know, fuck your friends. Fuck what they're going through. Fuck what their family's going through and all that shit. As long as everyone knows you're the big boy. Cool. But even prior to that, there was another guy that was part of Strength Cartel, Pitbull. Right? Little short Pitbull on stocky status. And there was some type of discrepancy there with him as well. You know, and I remember when Strength Cartel first started, I remember seeing Pitbull. He actually stood out because he was a smaller guy who was impressive in the weight he could lift. And now you got to remember, this is the fucking bodybuilder community. No one really trips off the bodybuilder community. And I will say this, as far as aligning themselves with looking like gang members or that gang realm of life, Strength Cartel probably did it better than anyone else. Got to give Big Boy his fucking kudos on that, his respect on that. He aligned it, but what does that get you? Now people are looking, now there's events and things you can't get involved in or into because of the way you look and the aspect that you bring, even though it wasn't like that. Back to Pitbull, I'm rambling. Pitbull had some type of falling out with Big Boy as well. Strike number 2, right? But I'm doing it in reverse. Okay? Then, of course, you have Joey Stacks, the meathead. Right? I'm not a bully, Let's go let's curl. Who's a fucking asshole in his own right. And I wouldn't be surprised if him and Wes Watson eventually jack each other off, because at the end of the day, he's damn near the same type of character that these guys are, only louder and stupider, right? Here's the thing with Joey Stacks. His shit don't stack up, really. Literally, to be honest with you. I used to like Joey Stacks, still like Joey Stacks. He's like, another bullet, right? Like, I just like the way how the trend has fucked his throat up. But at the end of the day, it's like two meatheads, two juice heads just fucking beefing over who's fucking going to use the curling bar next. It really doesn't make no sense. It really holds no bearing to our everyday life. You know, World War III is about to start, and these guys are arguing in a gym over fucking electrolytes. It's just crazy. You know, I want the aminos. They're just fucking dumb. So anyways, let me see. So now what you have going on, right, is that beef right there with Joey Stacks and Jay Johns went to a personal level. Went to a level where knives were pulled out, where motherfuckers pushed each other. They're like two fat kids in the fucking bar. No, you hit me first. No, you hit me first. I'm not a bully. Hit me. Big Boy should just hit him. Straight up, get it over with. Instead, knives are pulled. And it was funny because they did all that shit and they still show up to the same events and it's all good. Every time Joey Stacks pulls in, he pulls in all swole with 6 bodyguards talking about, where's Big Boy? Where's Big Boy? He's over there. All right, let's go that way. You know what I mean? It's stupid. And Big Boy's over there hoping, I hope he goes that way, right? And that's how they do it. Pull out the camera. Make sure you get it. Here's got a knife. Pin in on the knife. Ping in on the knife. Two telling ass motherfuckers trying to tell on each other, right? So now look. Meanwhile, Wes Watson's over there with skin tight pants, you know what I'm saying? Doing obscene things to his old lady, allegedly, right? Match made in heaven. So then you have Big Boy and the Rich Piana saga. And here's some knowledge you can't get in college. Here's some shit that I'm going to tell you. That right there was a saga in itself. Now, for those of you that don't know who Rich Piana was, he probably made bodybuilding famous on YouTube. He was a big old meathead wood, brother, that got on and showed you how to eat oatmeal plain, right? And just did his thing. But he was beloved by a lot. And we all got to see the demise of Rich Piana. We got to see his problems with his addiction. We got to see his problems with the roids. We got to see his, interactions with his family and his relationship. And he took us on, those that watched, I watched, just because I was interested in how the fuck his shoulders got like that, right? We got to see his up and downs, and we got to see his beef with Big Boy. So much so that there's always been an alleged story out there. Now, I'm just saying alleged, because I don't know the facts of this story, but there's actually an alleged story that Big Boy and some fellas, was involved with an altercation with Rich Piana in his home, where his home was destroyed and it was like a home invasion type thing. I don't know if that ever went down or happened. At the end of the day, that's just a myth or a story that's thrown out there. And there's a lot of people that look at Big Boy in a bad way because of that, because there was children present and all that. If it was even him or he was even involved. But if that was him and he was involved, that's an ugly situation to be a part of, right? Shit happens, I guess, in the bodybuilding community gets wicked, huh? Gets wild? I didn't know fucking bodybuilders went at it like that. Motherfucker, you stole the fuck. I want to use the bench. What you need to do is use some fucking halls, bro, so your throat soothes, because you notice how all these motherfucking bodybuilders have a fucked up voice? I think after so much fucking shots of Tren, it's the first thing to go. It's either that or the... I don't know what they're into. So now you have Wesley Watson. Willy Wonka West, right? And we've watched him blown up in HD. And now we're watching his demise and his decline in an even higher definition. They've created 8G. He's part of that. We don't want to even speak on 5G because it fucks up people's brainwaves, allegedly. But Wes Watson lately has been accused of saying the N-word with the hard ER. He said it. I watched it. It's crazy, right? He's starting to get baited by all these people going in on him. Look, I'm going to be obviously fucking as transparent as I can when I say, man, when so many people are talking about you, you feel it. I don't care who you are, how much muscles you got, how much money you got. Nobody likes shit to be talked about him, especially an egotistical narcissist like fucking Wesley Watson. He wants everyone to believe he's this hardcore mythical unicorn gangster, right? That's why he got Dago blasted on the back of his head. That's my fucking license plate, brother. Yeah, well, they don't want your license plate. They want your bumper, right? They're on your bumper. And this guy's getting teeth pulled every day on YouTube. I'm seeing it. And I'm watching his channel just trickle down and go lower and lower. But it's to the point where he doesn't even need YouTube. He's already bamboozled everyone for so much money. And he's already got into a lane, a Diddy lane. Did he or didn't he? Well, he did. He already got in that lane. His life cycle movie, he's over there now. But if you look at Wesley Watson's relationships, if you look at everyone around him, even the people that he confused in the beginning, nobody that started with them is still there. Nobody that fucked with them in the beginning is still there. Okay? Now, I know you're going to say, well, Gunner, no one that fucked with you in the beginning. No, it wasn't no one that fucked with me. It's who I fucked with. I chose to back away. Okay? So let's not go there. But it's everyone that started with them, even his old lady said some very obscene things. I know. I had the conversation, right? Even his new girl, who's not his new girl anymore, said that, it's all a facade. The call girl game is real. It's just all a facade. Wesley Watson puts on this image thinking that everyone's going to, whoa, I want to be just like him when I grow up. I want to be muscles and have a Lamborghini and have a nice house. It's all an illusion. He got it. You're not going to get it because he's not going to allow you to get it the way he got it. Because who's going to fucking put salt in their game and fuck up the way that they get their paper? No, hey, that's just like me. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. When people ask me, hey, can you help me build a channel or can you help me do this? I'm going to give them game, Mr. Miyagi style. Yes, I will. Wax on, wax off. But do you think I'm going to tell them every little thing? You could help people up to a certain point and then you have to allow them to be themselves. That's what I tell everyone. Stay consistent, stay humble, be real, be yourself, bro. I can't turn you into me. That's the last thing I want. It would be so empty without me. There's only one me. There's only one Wesley Watson, an egotistical asshole. Or is there? Now he has found Big Boy. See, they've come to a place in their lives where they need each other. They want to know what love is. They want each other to show me, right? It's just a perfect example of two narcissists that are coming together for money, right? Wes Watson could give a shit less about Big Boy. I remember when Wes Watson said this. Okay, and this has always confused me. And I'm going to direct this message right to Jake Johns, right? When Wes Watson sat down with Adam 16, and he said, I quote, Mexicans are sloppy. They can never get good bodies because they like food too much. He ain't never seen a big Mexican with a nice physique because they always fuck it up because they eat too much. He said that. That came out of his boca, right? Right through his dirty dientes. And everybody was like, oh, what about fucking Big Boy? What about Big Boy? What about Big Boy? He's not Mexican, right? But Big Boy does hang around with a lot of Mexicans. Half the strength cartel, almost the majority of the strength cartel, these guys that he hangs with are Mexicanos, are Chicanos, are of Latin descent, right? So, and there's some big guys. So you would think he would bring that up, to Wes and say, hey, bro, the fuck you doing speaking on the gente that I chose to rock with? Inside and outside of prison. Okay, people like Wicked, Pitbull, several other Mexicans that are part of Strength Cartel that are actually got nice physiques and nice size. Wes Watson was speaking out of his asshole. It sounded like this, right? And everyone was chewing and eating it up. There was a lot of people. It was crazy when I did the little short on it. There was a lot of people in the comments saying, he's right. He is right, though. He is right. Mexicans do love food. The whole point of him disrespecting Mexicans just bypassed that. It went straight into, oh, Mexicans do like food. Well, fuck yeah, we like food. But I know a gang of black men and white men that like food as well. Have you ever seen a white man around the Salisbury steak? Nope, because the Salisbury steak got ate quick. Have you seen a brother, can I say this and be politically correct? Brothers fucked with me one time. Have you seen a brother around a piece of chicken? Nope. That motherfucking chicken don't stand a chance. It's just the way it is, just like a motherfucking Mexican to a taco. Boom, gone. Salsita, cebolla, little cilantro, toma. Out of here, right? I'm telling you, man, a white man next to a fucking Salisbury steak, the Salisbury steak stands no chance. Unless you're Wesley Watson, then you got to put some tren and some oatmeal on it because you got to get your carbohydrates up, brother. Right? I'm just saying, at the end of the day, these guys are a match made in heaven, and Big Boy never even challenged that fucking that statement made by Wes. Instead, what he chose to do was get on board, get on the bandwagon. Hey, what people will do for money, sell their soul, their integrity, their morals, is fucking. Let me see if someone's calling me. It's beyond me. Okay, it's just what it is. So now we have a situation where they're working together right at the epicenter of fucking Wes Watson's demise. Is that going to affect Big Boy? Well, I guarantee you this. Once Big Boy starts to notice that it is affecting the money and that it is getting real ugly, I guarantee he abandons ship. Bitch! I said, bitch. He's going to be gone. He's going to be floating off in space like Key and Peele somewhere. I said, Wesley's a bitch. And all of a sudden, they're going to have a beef, or they're going to start a fake beef to generate more income because everyone loves drama. I'm just telling you guys the real. You know, whether you choose to follow these guys and support them, that's totally up to you. At the end of the day, they're two grown men, and you're grown enough to understand the differences between right and wrong. Just don't get cheated. Just don't get tricked. Put your money in your pocket, keep it there, and do some fucking push-ups if you want to get big. Okay, you don't need a life coach like Wes Watson or Big Boy to tell you how to do it. Because look at them. That is unnatural. They didn't do it the natural way. Yeah, they put in the hard work. They're in the gym. Roids just doesn't blow you up. You actually have to get up early in the morning, drink some water, eat some oatmeal with peanut butter in it. I'm not telling you the recipe. It's like making crack cocaine, a little baking soda, a little whoop, 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 little ice. You know, right? B12 blow up. I'm just saying, you have to put in the work. So these guys obviously put in the work. So put in your own work. Okay, the shit's free. Look at Muscle Fit magazine. You're good. That's all you need. You don't need some big-headed, egotistical motherfucker screaming at you in the morning because you don't look like him. If you ever want to fucking look like me, then get up, you fucking piece of shit. That's what you're going to hear. If you're into that, if you're into dominance, then there you go. You know what I mean? There you go. It's asking you swinger. It is what it is. All I got to say is this before I say that. Big Boy and Wes is a match made in heaven until it isn't. Mark my words, they're going to fall off. And I obviously think Big Boy will be the one to push him away because Big Boy's just in it to use him for his name. That's what it is. Wes Watson's just happy to have a friend. See, Wes Watson's an egomaniac. He don't care about the fame that you bring him. He's already got his own fame. He builds his own lane because he's just that motherfucker, right? With a 120 AG hanging out of his asshole. To what degree of wall it's hanging on? It's just, you know how that you have shit and you're stuck there? It's hanging on by the shit and definitely not by a wall. That's just what it is. Big Boy, on the other hand, is the type of slimy individual that will use you until he can't use you no more, man. I'm not hating. I'm just speaking realities here. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, this video is not to bash and hate. This video is to have fun. And to make Wes Watson go, and make Big Boy say, well, damn, that motherfucker told some truth right there. Yes, I did, bro. Should have showed Wicked more respect. Rest in peace. Put some respect on Pitbull's name. Put some fucking respect on Joey Stack's name, brother. Right? Fuck Joey Stacks. You ain't got to do that. The gun.